Everybody, it is Wednesday, April 23rd or 22nd. Not really sure what day it is anymore, but it is Wednesday, and I'm going to talk about the workout of the day. So we have two parts. The first part is going to be a choose your own adventure. All right, we have an EMOM. It's every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, and you're going to choose a set or a repetition that you can maintain unbroken every minute on the minute. All right, you have some options here. Option one is going to be to do sets of handstand push-up, strict handstand push-up, wall walk, or hand release push-ups. You want to choose a repetition that you can do throughout all 10 sets. So maybe you can knock out 3 strict handstand push-ups consistently. You try and do that over the course of the 10 minutes. Or you can go a completely different direction with this, and you can choose deadlift. You're going to deadlift at 1.5 times your body weight, and you want to choose, again, repetitions that you can touch and go, so unbroken, that you can maintain over those 10 sets. So maybe that's 3, 4, probably not many people want to go over 5 or greater for every minute on the minute. But that's the type of weight and rep scheme we're looking for. We don't want to start that first set out at 10 reps, and then our last 5 sets, we're barely able to eke out 1 rep. So that's the first part. The second part is a 4-time workout, and we have a 22-minute time cap. So it's going to start off with 50 wall ball shots. If you do not have a medicine ball, no big deal. We're going to grab a book bag or some sort of bag that we can fill up, and we're going to thruster that odd object. And after those 50 wall ball shots, we're going to go into 40 dumbbell hang, clean, and jerks. This will be a single dumbbell, and they do not have to be alternating. Once you complete that, we're going to go 2,000 meters, either running or rowing, or if you'd like to ride a bike today, you can do 3 miles. Once you're finished with that, we're going to go back to those single dumbbell hang, clean, and jerks. You'll have 40 of those, and then 50 wall ball shots. So a little inverse pyramid going on. And that is 4-time, and we have 22 minutes to get through it. That's the workout for today. We're going to get it warmed up. Start your warm-up for today. I want you to choose whatever you plan to do in that Metcon. So maybe it's running, rowing, or biking, and you're going to spend 2 minutes doing that at a warm-up pace. So just nice, easy jog, or maybe relaxing on the rower or hopping on a bike. We're going to do 2 minutes, just getting our blood moving, getting our heart rate up. Once we're finished with that, we're going to come back and we're getting to a dynamic stretch. We're going to start with the best stretch ever. So the best stretch ever is a knee hug to the chest, a long lunge, and then we're going to take our elbow down to our foot and rotate in towards the knee, and then we will sit back for our hamstring, allowing our chest to fall forward. And that is 1 rep. We're going to do 5 reps on each side. So knee hug, take your time in this. Nice long lunge, keep that elbow on the inside and rotate towards the knee, and then sit back for the hamstring. Once you have completed 5 of those, we're going to grab onto the tops of our shoes, and we're going to get into those bootstrapper squats. So here, I'm going to sit down and drive my knees out, keeping my chest up, and then I'm going to press my butt up into the air, linking out those hamstrings. Go ahead and knock out 5 of those. Once you have finished with 5 of those, we're going to take a nice wide stance, and we're going to do Cossack squat. It's a single leg squat, so we're going to send our butt back and down to one side, stand up nice and tall, back and down to the other side, standing nice and tall. Let's get 5 on each side. Once we've completed that, we're going to start getting into the shoulders a little bit. So from here, we're going to start with some small arm circles, and then we're going to work to a medium arm circle, and then we're going to go as big as we can arm circles, all right, doing 5 in each of those. And we will switch, and we'll take that backwards, going 5 small, 5 medium, 5 as large as we can make them. All right, and when we've completed that, we're going to hinge over, thumbs facing up, retracting those shoulder blades back. We're going to do 10 I's. I is going to be lifting straight up and lowering back down. 10 I's. Then you'll go into 10 Y's, moving slightly out into that Y position. And then lastly, we'll go 10 T's, squeezing there. All right, so once we've done that, we've warmed up the shoulders a little bit, we're going to go ahead and inchworm out. And when we inchworm out, we're going to hold this position, and we're going to knock out 10 scat push-ups. So we're depressing, and then we're pushing against the ground with only our shoulders. All right, once you've completed that, go ahead and bring this to a tabletop position for me. We're going to get into the wrist a little bit. You're going to rock forward and rock back for 5 reps. Once you've done 5 reps, you're gonna turn those hands out and away from each other, and you're gonna rock back and forth for 5 reps. And lastly, once you've done that, you're gonna turn the wrists all the way in so that the fingertips are facing the knees, and we're gonna rock forward and back for 5 reps. Good, now that we've done that, we're gonna start working into a push-up series, okay? So we're gonna do regular push-up. So you're gonna take your chest all the way to the ground, and you're gonna press straight up. I want 3 reps of that. Once you've done 3 regular push-ups, we're going to do 3 hand release push-ups. So this time you're gonna take yourself down, hand release, and push all the way up. Once you've done 3 of the hand release, we're gonna make this a little bit more difficult into a pike push-up. So you're gonna bring yourself into a downward dog. Head's gonna be facing away from you. And you're gonna take the top of your head to the ground and press straight up. All right, go ahead and give me 3 of those pike push-ups. Good. Now once we've done that, we're gonna stay on the ground, okay? Arms out in front. We're gonna start getting that posterior chain ready to rock and roll. So from here, we're gonna do some Supermans, okay? So I want you to think about taking your belly and pressing it into the ground, squeezing your core nice and tight, and then we're gonna squeeze our butt, and we're gonna lift our hands up and away from us and our feet up and away from us, and then we're gonna lower down with control. You should feel your legs being squeezed tight, your belly and your butt and your shoulders and your feet working hard to press away from each other, making yourself as long as possible. Go ahead and give me 10 of those Superman lifts. Once you've completed with the Superman, we're gonna bring it back up to our feet, and that will conclude our warm-up. Okay guys, for this part A, you will need to choose whether you're going to be doing a handstand push-up variation or whether you're going to be doing a deadlift, all right? If you do not have a barbell, it's gonna be really difficult to do the deadlift at 1.5 times your body weight. So if you have a barbell, you like to deadlift today, you can go ahead and choose that. And when we're doing our deadlifts today, a few points of performance, all right? It should be heavy, but it should be doable for 5 reps or less, all right? We're not trying to turn this into a high volume session. We want to go somewhere between that 3 and 5 reps. And you're going to replicate that every minute on the minute. So if I'm deadlifting, touch and go means I'm touching the ground, touch, and I stand right back up. Touch, stand right back up. What it is not is dropping it from the hip or taking it down there and kind of wiggling around and then resetting and then deadlifting, all right? We want to stay under tension the whole time, and we're going to be able to replicate that for all 10 sets. Now, for the handstand push-ups today, if you have a strict handstand push-up, even if it's just 1 rep, all right, but you can consistently do 1 rep for 10 sets, you should try and do that today. Try and do your hardest version of the handstand push-up. If we have, like I said, maybe 3 to 5 handstand push-ups, that'd be a great number to try to replicate over 10 sets. And if we are working on handstand push-ups, that would be the kipping variation. Again, we want to look somewhere between the 3 and 5 rep. And then if we're doing a wall walk today, it could be 1 wall walk that you feel like you could sustain over 10 reps, or maybe you've got 2 reps in you, okay? So you want to start playing around with that as you're warming up, see how it feels, and really realistically think, can I do this for 10 sets? So that's the game plan for part A. Part B, all right, we're gonna grab a medicine ball, we're gonna grab a dumbbell, and then you will have chosen whether you are going to run, row, or bike today. So with my medicine ball, I've got a 20-pounder right here, and I don't have a great place to throw the ball, so you could do thrusters with your medicine ball, you could do thrusters with a backpack. If you have a nice area that you can let the ball go ahead and throw the ball up in the air, and if you feel confident re-catching it, you can do that, or you can let it bounce on the ground. So I'm going to show you what we're looking for in those wall ball shots today. This ball needs to stay up nice and high at your chest. We need to see your hips below your knee, so your bottom position down here, and then you're going to drive up and either throw that ball or press that ball overhead. So if I'm doing the thrusters today, it'll look like that. If I'm doing the wall balls, I can throw it and re-catch it, or I could let this ball drop on the ground if I felt like I wasn't able to catch the ball, all right? Now, for the single dumbbell hang, clean, and jerks, if you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, it is single arm, so it does not have to be alternating. That means you can knock out maybe 5 on one arm and then switch and do 5 on the other arm. So you want to deadlift this weight up first, okay? And as you're doing that, we're gonna go from the hinge. Allow that weight to go between the legs, hinge, clean, catching in that nice solid power position, and then do your jerk out of that dip, okay? As you let the weight come back down, hinge, catch, jerk, repeat. And then if you would like to switch hands, you can get fancy and switch in the air, all right? Or you can choose to take a little break and just sit it on the ground. For the kettlebell, it's a little bit harder to maneuver, but it's still the same, all right? We're gonna relax the grip a little bit in that clean so that you can get under the weight and then jerk. Then I would let that fall between the legs. Very similar to the dumbbell, but you don't wanna have a death grip. You wanna allow that kettlebell to move within your hand. Then, if we're out on our run, we have 2,000 meters out. If we're going to row, 2,000 meter row. If we're gonna bike, 3 miles on the bike. And then you're gonna come back to that dumbbell, 40 clean and jerks, and then you'll end on the 50 wall ball shots, all right? That's the workout today. It's a nice burner. Let's enjoy the day. We don't know the date, and that's okay, but we know it's Wednesday, so let's get after it.